If all you care about is this, then you're going to probably fail on YouTube. You know when there's a specific sound or a specific smell or a specific feeling that just brings you back to a specific place? Especially trips. Trips are particular. That happens a lot, at least for me, during trips. Well, I walked outside on our balcony this morning, and it felt a lot like it was humid, but it felt like beach humidity. So immediately I was just brought back to like Florida, and it's making me really want to go down to Florida. Also, Savannah is actually going down to Florida on Wednesday. I'm not going with her. Makes me a little jealous. She'll be back on Friday though, so I mean, it's not really it's a work trip. It's not really a fun trip. I want to go on a fun trip. One of my favorite comments to get on YouTube is something along the lines of like, somebody was encouraged by watching a piece of content of mine, they learned something, or they were inspired to try something a different way. That is probably my favorite, that is by far my favorite comment to get on this platform or on any other platforms. And whenever I get it, I get really encouraged and I get excited to actually make things. Like this morning, if I'm being completely honest, I woke up kind of tired and I wasn't really feeling like making a video today. But I read that comment, I got a comment on something from yesterday's video with something like that, like I inspired them or whatever. And that has encouraged me and kind of lit the fire underneath my, to make another video. So if you've ever commented something like that on my channel before, thank you so much. It means a lot. Also, I'm sitting out here. I told Savannah, she just left, but I told Savannah that I'm pretending that the traffic right outside her door is the ocean, and I'm pretending like I'm at Florida, and like there's this like a beachfront balcony. For YouTube, I feel like a lot of people base whether they were successful or not based on how many subscribers they have or how many views they get on videos. And I think those metrics are important and have a place, but I think if you put too much importance or place too much of especially your identity in those, then you're setting yourself up to be really frustrated, disappointed, and just honestly, we'll burned out. Are you gonna throw that? Throw it.
There's cars now. Scooby-Doo.
All right, what was I saying? I think for me, when I stopped caring about metrics about 6 months ago. But up until that point, a lot of my video was dictated, even like if I decided to make a video or not, it was dictated on if I thought it was going to do well. And I stopped caring about that, mostly because I was feeling myself getting exhausted and burned out. And it wasn't because of the amount of work that I was doing, it was the kind of work that I was doing and the kind of videos I felt pressured into making. If you make what you genuinely enjoy, I feel like it takes it from being like work and something that's just like you have to get through to something that you get to do and something that you really enjoy doing. And the beauty part about that is, well, this is just about the internet. Typically, if you enjoy it, then somebody else is going to enjoy it, and they're going to enjoy it more because they can see the joy that you're having, like making the video and talking about the video and talking about whatever it is. It doesn't have to be any subject specific. All that being said, if you just make what you want. I make videos. I feel like I say this all the time, but comments like I got today just really reinforce it. Also, I went on a run this morning, very, very wet. It was only 5 miles, but it felt a lot longer because of the humidity. Like I was having trouble breathing. Like I felt like an asthmatic, or I felt like it feels like you're running in a sauna is the best way I can compare it or explain it. I think today we're going to run some errands, not because we really want to, but it's more of a necessity because we don't have anything. We're waiting for rush hour to end because I don't want to spend, if we left now it would take us probably 30 to 40 minutes to go 10 miles down the road, and that would just be us sitting on the freeway, not really moving. So it's more advantageous of us to wait, because then it takes, yeah. I have to get out of this. This is just too wet. Like, my hands are sticking to this. You know, I can't actually remember the last time that I was in a Target. Like, it has to be, I'm not even kidding, like probably 6 months since the last time that I was in a Target. Maybe it was a little bit less, but it's around, it's at the very least, it's like 4 months. It's been 4 months since I've been in a Target. And as we were shopping around and everything else, maybe have you ever like gone through a shopping and like you're approaching the checkout counter and you're thinking like, it's probably going to be somewhere within like this ballpark, like for price, and that's not the case whatsoever. Well, we were like in Target and we were just getting like basic essentials like cat litter and just a bunch of other uninteresting stuff, and we're thinking it's going to be around like maybe $100-ish. All of the stuff that we got, which again wasn't very much, like we got cat litter, shampoo, like razor, like literally just not, it was $200, over $200 for just essential stuff. Now, I haven't been to Target in a while, but I feel like that's kind of high. I do this while the navigation is going, so if I get cut off, that's probably why I got cut. At any event, I think
Turn right onto West Hillwood Drive.
most of that that sequence in Target was shot. Actually, all of that sequence in Target was shot on my iPhone, and then the shots before that of us going, that was shot on this little cheap $50 point and shoot, and then the shots before that were shot on this camera. And
Hillwood Boulevard.
And I think the coolest thing about that is I shot all of that over 3 different cameras, and for the most part it kind of looks familiar, or it looks uniform. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't obviously tell if an iPhone clip is in there compared to like compared to like the $50 camera. The $50 camera has its own little vibe, but I think it's really cool that you have access, like I have access to 3 separate cameras that look completely different, that all serve different purposes, and I can use them to incorporate them within like a video, and they're not, this one is probably the most cumbersome and the most
right onto Red Oak Drive, then turn left onto Wilsonia Avenue.
This one probably it requires the most effort to take, and even then it's not that bad. I mean, it's kind of heavy, but it's not as bad as like a red cinema camera or anything else like that. It still can fit in one hand, and to me, I don't know, it's just cool. I was thinking about that as we're
Wilsonia Avenue, then turn right onto Post
we're like
Road.
literally going through a neighborhood, so it's like left, right, left, right, left, right. But I think yeah, to me it's cool. It's those things, like sometimes I'll have moments where I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool that I have access to technology that's in such a cool place. Sorry if the GPS was kind of annoying. We're about to make another turn, and
right onto Post Road.
Right now.